Welcome to Amity Chats.
What's up, Greg?
This bitch is so stupid.
What's up, Greg?
She don't listen.
She thinks she's funny is the problem.
Oh,
I'm hilarious.
you're also really low again. What's
I
going
turned
on?
my head.
Oh, don't do that. Talk into that mic.
I'm sorry. I had to turn my head for something. Jesus.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Amity Chats podcast, Christmas show edition.
Ooh, we have had a break.
We have.
I don't like these once a month issues.
Yeah.
I forgot how to do it.
Yeah.
I don't mind the break, but it is fun to do it often.
That's
We
because you
really-
got to do the work. That's why you don't mind.
That's a little true. Although, if I'm being honest, it's really not that much work. Well, we really got into a groove, and we were knocking them suckers out, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is episode 23, so we've done 23 of these this year.
Dang, I thought it would be 24.
Mm-mm.
No.
Every other week, 52
Well-
weeks. We skip 2 weeks, 23. Right?
Should have been 24.
Yeah, it should have been
Well,
24.
Because we should have done 26, technically. Right?
Oh,
Even
oh,
though
yeah.
he just said
You're
no.
right. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I didn't.
Because our first episode wasn't until January 15th.
Okay.
We didn't have one right at the beginning of the year. So we missed that week.
Gotcha.
Well.
Well.
Oh, well.
What's been going on, you guys? So much since we last spoke.
A lot. I made a list of notes for what we've been up to.
Okay. Kick us off then.
Oh, you sure about that?
I mean, sure, we'll stop you.
Number 1, insurance.
Ugh.
Fuck them.
Holla.
So, I don't know if it ever got mentioned on the podcast or just in real life incessantly, but Aaron's been bothering me to call our insurance, our dental insurance, for a couple months now.
Well,
Several months.
that's better.
And
I'm gonna say this. In a multiple choice list, I told him I used this against him the other day too. It would say never, almost never, some, several, and always. And it would be like several months. Yeah.
okay.
Always months.
Always months.
Anyway,
So you did it. Let's
I
get to
did
the
do it. I had
punchline.
a feeling that it would be annoying, but I didn't know how annoying, and that was part of why I kept kind of delaying it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, I almost
I'm not cutting you slack for it. I'm sorry.
burned my own house down. I was so mad about it. the other day.
Oh, then you'd have to use your insurance.
Correct. Different insurance though. Because
Well, we know that one sucks.
because teeth are optional vanity bones, so they don't fall under health insurance.
Of
Our house
course.
insurance would probably be like, oh no, we don't cover fires anymore.
Yeah.
We
Exactly.
just
You have a
stopped
trampoline
covering
in
that.
my-
We just stopped covering fires last month. You guys.
You have a
Up their
trampoline in the
deductible?
backyard, and the updraft of the wind off the trampoline causes fires to be worse, so we don't call it coverage.
We up to the fire deductible to 100%.
Anyway, I called these motherfuckers at the dental insurance company,
Mhm.
and the lady answered the phone, and she's like, "How can I help you?" And I said, "Oh, I have some issues with some of my billing, and so I needed to call and get that figured out." And she's like, "Okay, well, which claims do you have trouble with?" And I said, "All of them." And she was like, "Okay, could you give me a claim number?" And so immediately into bitch mode, and I was like, "This motherfucker here."
Right.
So off we go down the rabbit hole. So I just start spouting off claim numbers, and they ain't short either. I had done all my due diligence beforehand. I had everything written down. I put it all in a fucking spreadsheet so I could reference it easily. I had my dental visits, Aaron's dental visits, the boys' dental visits, what was done at each visit, how much was charged comparatively versus me versus them, because mine were all covered, no problem. Like, I don't even deal with it. Theirs were, we had to pay when we went, and then we were
Take some
supposed
deep breaths.
Yeah.
to file a claim with the dental insurance, and then they send us a check reimbursing, which didn't make any sense to me, but whatever. Well, none of the checks were even close to the amounts that we were paying. So that's what I was calling to clarify.
Okay.
So my dentist is in network. Their dentists are both out of network. You might think, if you have ever used normal health insurance before, that this would be a problem. However, on the dental insurance list of benefits, it says preventative maintenance or whatever it's fucking called, normal twice a year checkup and tooth cleaning, and x-rays like once a year or once every 3 years, depending on the type of x-ray. Is in network 100%, out of network 100%. There's no asterisk, no difference in the description in any way. Okay. So that's why I'm calling to figure out what the fuck's going on. So she's like, oh, well, they're out of network. I'm like, okay, well, your insurance says it covers 100%, whether it's in or out of network. She's like, no, it doesn't. And I'm like, it says it right here. Like, look at it. And she's like, oh, well, if you look at the paperwork that your company gave you, I'm like, my company doesn't give me any paperwork, but go on. She says, if you look at that paperwork, it says that it may be lesser amounts for out of network dentists. I'm like, okay. Well, what are the lesser amounts? And she's like, oh, well, that's depends on the geographic region. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, well, my care, so for a cleaning, for example, $92 is what my dentist charges. And then they reduce it $32 to, we will pay $60. Okay. And then they pay the $60 to my dentist and move on with life. Aaron's dentist charged like, I don't know, $124 for cleaning. And they reduced it, not at all, because an out of network dentist. Okay. And then they paid $51, which is not 100%, nor is it $60. So I'm like, well, what's the difference? And that's when she's like, oh, well, it's a different geographic region. And I said, an hour away from one place or another in South Louisiana is a different geographic region. Oh, a mile down the road could be a different geographic region. And I'm like, okay, can I see a map of these geographic regions with an explanation? Oh, no, that's not available to the public. I'm like, cool. Now, this is after December 4th, for anyone who knows what may or may not have happened on December 4th. And so then I'm like, okay, so why is hers pay less? And she's like, well, you probably live in a city with like a richer areas and poorer areas, so it pays different amount depending on where the dentist is located. And I'm like, okay, well, her dentist is in the city we live in, which is a much wealthier area than the city I'm from, where I go to the dentist. So why does mine pay more? No answer for that. I'm like, okay. So we move on down to the kids' dental stuff after we've bickered about that for a while. I'm like, okay, well, why are the kids only paying $28 or $32 or whatever? Oh, well, kids have less teeth, so we pay less. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me right now. So this went on for about an hour, and I was about to fucking flip my shit. And like when my mom came up here after, I was just ranted at my mom for about 45 minutes. Like, I generally don't curse around our parents, even though some of them listen to this podcast and hear this shit like that going on right now. But god damn it, that shit pissed me right the fuck off. I tried calling Erin immediately and she didn't answer, of course, because she was busy or some bullshit at work. And then whenever I finally got her on the phone, I was like, this is why I didn't want to fucking call. I told you this is why I didn't want to fucking call. I'm about to fucking lose my goddamn mind. So that happened. And then not long after that, Erin had her carpal tunnel release on her left hand after she's already had it on her right hand, which, by the way, was covered in no problem before. Well, much like when I had my surgery, After the surgery was over, our health insurance, which is United Healthcare, by the way, contacted her and said denied the claim for her surgery, which she had already had, which had already been approved, and we've already met our deductible, so we don't have to fucking pay anything.
Right.
They denied her, just like me, because she has to call them and give them the details. And then be like, well, why did you have surgery? She's like, I had to have carpal tunnel release. Well, did your doctor approve this? Who the fuck you think gave me the surgery, dumbass?
Right.
And then they're going to be like, oh, well, did you try the shots or whatever they're going to ask. Like they
Oh
did
my
like with me. They
gosh.
were like, well, did you try physical therapy? I was like, my Achilles tendon was almost completely detached. I could not do physical therapy. That's
Yeah.
why I went to a surgeon and he said, yeah, you got to have surgery. I'm sorry.
Like, what do they think's happening?
They're
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
insurance companies offer fucking nothing. All they do is generate profit for themselves and be a middleman between us and the healthcare. Like
Yeah.
there's no reason for my dentist to charge $90 for a tooth cleaning if they will accept $60, but they have to because the insurance has to get their cut.
Yeah.
So that's the fucking problem here. So, in summation, fuck them. If you vote against universal health care, fuck you. And learn what the fuck is happening. It's not communism. It's not socialism. It's the fucking government. We're the only fucking first world country in the world that the government doesn't have like a universal health care for its citizens. The only one. Every other one fucking figured it out. But
Yeah.
not us. And then we have to deal with this bullshit with our
So
health
wait,
insurance.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The paper that you had that said you were 100% covered out of network for preventative
Mhm. That's on
stuff.
their website.
I was gonna say, where'd you get it? From their website. But
On their
then she
website.
claims there's a different paper.
Right. So you know how when you get your like every year
Benefit
assume,
stuff. Yeah.
your company sends out the new benefit stuff and you do the
Yeah.
what's it called?
Open
The
enrollment.
Open enrollment. There you go. Where you choose which plans you want and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they send out the little packet, right? So I finally found that on my company's website. That took me like an hour after I was off the phone with the lady. And
Right.
it's 2 pages. The first page is like a general paragraph. It looks like a letter almost. And the second page is like why you should have dental care and why you should have regular cleanings. And on the first page, like in the third paragraph, it says like, note, it's most beneficial to use an in-network or a preferred dentist because some costs may not be fully covered if otherwise if another type of dentist is used. And that's
Yeah.
it. That's all it says. It doesn't say that was her thing. She's like, well, we cover 100% of what we will pay. I'm like, that's not what it fucking says. It says 100%.
Yeah.
If it's 100% of our limit of like what your pay limit is, then it should
Yeah.
say that. And it should say refer to regional documents here to see what the pay limit for your area is. Because where we live, like the kids go to a pediatric dentist.
Mhm.
No pediatric dentist is covered under my
Right.
dental insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Delta Dental, by the way, shout out, you fucking assholes. You guys suck. So there's no pediatric dentist, so they have to go to a normal adult dentist, which is fine. That's what I've always gone to. But like, what if you live in a place that doesn't have a covered dentist?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to now travel to find a dentist or pay the out-of-network fees because
Yeah.
you live a 1 mile too far the wrong way.
Mhm.
Fucking asshole.
We kind of have a similar thing that goes on within our company because our home office is on the North Shore and our base office is not on the North Shore. It's like 2 hours away ish.
Right.
And sometimes the people who are in charge of negotiating benefits packages consider the home office area and not so much the
Yeah.
field office area.
Well,
so
my
we have less
company-
options.
My company is global, pretty much. We're
Yeah.
fully across the United States and like in Europe a lot.
Right.
But like, see, and I was like, well, my wife's dentist used to be, or I said used to be in network. She's like, no, and she named her dentist, has never been in network. I was like, okay, well, maybe it's the kid's dentist. And she said something about that too. I'm like, well, it could have very well been our other dental insurance because they change that every other year too.
Yeah.
So next year we might even not even have these assholes anymore. Who knows?
Wow, what an ordeal. All right. I don't want to
That's
cut
just
you
number
off, but
one on
that was
that's
15
just number
minutes.
one on my six item list.
That was 15 minutes of an insurance rant.
I know. Look, I was mad as shit.
Whew,
That
that
was
sounds
a week and a half ago.
infuriating, though, for
Was
real.
so
That's
and then the health insurance comes back like right after that and denies her surgery, which I know they're gonna cover it, but it's
right,
like, why the fuck do we have to call you and
right.
explain this? You are talking to the doctor and the surgeon in the hospital. You have
Yeah,
all the information that we can give you.
right.
Like, why? It's so stupid. Like the fact I'm like calling them because it was like, I don't know, a couple of days after I had my surgery. So I'm still popped up on every pill they got me on. I was on like 13 different medicines.
Mhm.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, why did you have this surgery?" Because I tore my Achilles. And how did you do that? Running with my children. Like, who fucking cares?
Right. Right.
It doesn't matter. I'm not filing workers' comp on it. I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, what's
anyway.
number 2 on your list?
I heard this on the radio this morning. A lady semi-locally stole a school bus over the weekend, or maybe yesterday. Got in a wreck. Ran from the bus and stole the truck of someone who had stopped to check on the wreck and help, but she was eventually caught and arrested.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was where Toby's from.
Oh, wow. I didn't hear that.
So I just heard that this morning on the radio.
Jesus. Merry Christmas.
A school bus locally, I think today hit a van. It was speeding through traffic, and it hit a van who had another car over there in
Mhm.
big town,
Wow.
Nope.
Interesting.
kind of close to where your mom works, Toby.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I want to say, by the way, I did call the insurance,
Mhm.
Mhm.
put my birth date in,
Mhm.
and they were like, "Oh, these are your recent claims. These claims have been covered." I just wrote everything down and sent it to the lady, and she was like, "Okay, thanks. That's all I needed."
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Wow. Because she's somehow detached from that automated system.
Right.
Right.
Wow.
Stupid.
Okay, what else?
um I'll do I have two more things that are like mostly about me, and then the other two things are more group activities.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, sorry.
you're good.
sure.
Erin's not feeling good, you guys. If you hear her sneezing and I forget to cut it out, that's why she's been sick.
Yeah.
So I bought myself something that I've been eyeballing for a little while now during Black Friday week,
Okay.
and it came in.
Yeah.
You kind of already know about it. It's a retro cart reader. And what this is
Retro Cart, C-A-R-T, C-A-R-D.
cart, C-A-R-T.
Okay.
And it is
Like cartridge.
cartridge, yeah.
Oh,
So
got it.
it takes like regular Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, Nintendo 64, and all the versions of Game Boy cartridges.
Mm-hmm.
And I can extract the game off of them, and more importantly, the save files. Because
Oh,
these things are all super old, and a lot of them use like a battery to back up the save, like a watch battery.
mm-hmm.
So the batteries are all well past their expiration dates. So theirs are slowly failing, and cartridges fail just like discs fail and stuff like that over time. So like others, retro video games are like a real big thing lately
Mm-hmm.
the past few years. And I've been wanting to try and see if there's a way to preserve my old stuff. And this thing works like a charm so far.
Mm-hmm.
I've been extracting all my old stuff, and it's
So what do
super
you-
cool because like so you can find copies of games online, but that is illegal, just like downloading music for free or downloading a movie for free or what have you.
Right.
But if you this is basically like backing up your games, and then you could play them on an emulator, which is just like a fake system on your computer or your whatever.
Okay, that's what I was
computer.
going to ask you. What do you do with it? You have to use a third-party emulator? Or does it come with
Yeah,
some
and the
software?
emulators there's nothing against them because that's just people recreating the functionality of the system. It's how you get the games that's the legal gray area, basically. But what I'm doing is fully okie dokie. But the crazy part is, so I did some of them the other day just to try and test it out and try and figure out how it worked. So I have a Pokemon game for my Game Boy from like 1999 that I was able to take the game off of, take the save file off of, and boot it up, and it works perfectly fine. Like it's got my same Pokemon that I had when I was 11.
Wow.
And I was like, this is such a crazy like hit of like nostalgia, and like it's just a cool thing that to be able to preserve stuff like that before
Mhm.
it all fails. So that's been fun. I've been messing around with that, and I have
Cool.
some friends that I know are into this, so I'm gonna see if they have any games that they would like preserved as well.
Mm.
And then my last thing is my ankle update. So, because of a scheduling issue, my last physical therapy was not today. It's supposed to be tomorrow,
Mm.
and I've been released from my surgeon already. He's like, nothing more I can do. Just keep working on it, getting it stronger. It'll take up to a year and a half. And I'm like, yeah, no, great. And then tomorrow I'm not I don't know, really understand how this works. So my insurance, they're back, approves 20 physical therapy visits per year, unless I guess you get like a note from a doctor or something saying you need more than that.
Mhm.
Now, the way my surgery fell, tomorrow would be my 20th. So like I'm what, 2 weeks short of that. I've been going once a week.
Mhm.
So it's not like I really would have needed more. Like maybe it would have been nice to do like 2 a week at some point, but it's been fine. I've been doing the exercises at home, as many as I can do and stuff. But I'm not like fully better, so I don't know, like I don't really understand. I've never had anything like this before, so like I'm technically going to be out of physical therapy, but it's not like I'm graduating physical therapy. Like I'm a successful, fully healed person.
Right.
So I can walk and stuff, but like it's still weak. It's still not perfect, but I'm trying to work on it. However, I don't know what the fuck I did, but something over the past few days, like yesterday, I was struggling. Like I could hardly walk at all. It hurt so bad. Like it felt like it was like on the outside,
Oh, dang.
like a sprained ankle almost, I guess. Like on the outside of my foot. Like it hurt
Mhm.
to do anything pretty much. And I
Real
like had it propped up on ice last night. I slept 8 hours the past 2 nights for, like, the first time since me and Aaron went on our
Wow.
trip, our, like, solo trip. So the week before our group trip to Houston, it's the first time I've slept 2 days in a row, 8 hours. First time I've slept 2 days, 8 hours in a single week in a
Wow.
long time. But anyway, my ankle's a little better today. If I'd have had physical therapy this morning, I don't think I could have done a single goddamn thing, though.
Hmm.
So, but anyway, I just wanted to give a little update on that I will be technically free, but also still working at it, still trying to get stronger.
you you kicked that drawer in the bathroom. Could that be what it was from?
I think that was with my other leg.
Mm,
Although I did like kind of catch myself on my right leg, I guess. Yeah,
yeah.
I was walking with a stack of towels and like a drawer was pulled out of the cabinets, and
Oh.
I like he smoked it with my left shin like so hard that I like had to pull the drawer out and straighten the brackets inside of it so it would go back in.
I'm laughing because apparently this is a thing at your house.
Yeah. Well, I this was my fault, I guess. I pulled the drawer out because that's where the, like, hand towels and the face cloths go and stuff,
Yeah.
and, I didn't put them in there yet, but I was putting the, like, big bath towels away, and I smoked that sucker.
Ouch.
Or maybe when I landed that foot, but when was that?
Like 2 or 3 days ago.
I mean, it could have been because it didn't really bother me Saturday, I guess, too much, but Sunday, I was suffering.
Hmm.
This damn chair.
What's wrong with it?
It's squeaky, like,
Yeah,
really
mine is
bad.
too a little bit.
Anyway, my other 2 things are group activities, so I'll let you guys talk and chime in.
Okay.
I decided I don't wanna.
Mine's somewhat short. We had Thanksgiving since we last spoke. Um, so I went up and had Thanksgiving with my mom. I had lunch with my mom, and then I drove to Aaron's parents, and we had supper together there with
Which they live
them.
in the same town we do.
Yep. And then I ended up spending a couple of nights at Aaron and Lyle's house. I'm sure Aaron will talk more about this, but we went to see Wicked, which was great.
Mhm.
That's
And
on my
then
notes.
and then me and Aaron went to see Wicked again, which was great
Mhm.
again. um my oldest, no, I guess my second oldest godchild. I always forget about old Park. Second oldest guy child, oldest of the Aaron and Lyle clan, had a birthday
Mhm.
party. Technically, he didn't have his birthday yet, but he had a birthday party with Mitch the magician, who was great. It's a
Mhm.
fun party. And then otherwise, I've just been home recuperating the life that my job sucks out of me every day. That's about it for me. What about you, Aaron? What you been up to?
Yeah, we had Oliver's birthday party, which I pulled out of my ass in about 2 weeks.
Mhm.
Less than that,
When
probably.
we were on our way to Houston, Lyle was like, "Oh, Oliver's birthday party is in 2 weeks from now, right?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
are you sure?" I'm like, "No." I looked at my calendar, I'm like, "Oh my god." Now, I had booked the magician, like, months in advance, but, um anyway, it came out nice, like, everybody had a good time. The magician is, like, really good kid entertainer. He's a
Mhm.
little bit, like, you could kinda see through his jokes and stuff for adults, but I think even the adults had a great time, because we all got to watch the kids.
Yep.
I got teary-eyed watching my kids react to, um, something that you worked hard to be able to do, like,
Mhm.
it wasn't cheap. We normally wouldn't have done it, but it's Oliver's gonna be Oliver's last big party that's, like, um, super planned and stuff and not just, like, a little tiny themed party for his friends or whatever.
Mhm.
So, I suggested to Lyle we do that because 'cause he's been begging for him for probably 3 years, and Lyle agreed, and so we didn't tell him. I told him it was his job to enter the door. He had asked us a couple of months ago, could he get the magician for his party? I said, "No, he's too expensive," and we had already booked him. And,
Yeah, he was like, "Well, I'm having a magic party. Who's gonna do the tricks?" And we're like, "Well, you have a magic set. You need to practice your tricks." And he said, "Okay." And he had been
Yeah.
practicing for weeks.
so, yeah, and the other like, a couple nights before, he was like, "We're not getting a magician, right?" And I'm like, "No," and I looked at Lyle and I was like, "Well, should we tell him?" And Lyle, um, gave me, like, this horrible face, like, "Are you fucking serious right now?"
Right.
And I was like, "Parntoby's gonna be the magician." And he made a comment Oliver made a comment like, "Oh, I hope he's practicing," or something like that.
Yeah. Dude said, "Oh, I hope he practices."
Yeah.
I cracked up when Aaron told me that.
And then he was also practicing. He had a piece of construction paper that had, like, his tricks written down in the order that he was gonna do them in.
Love it.
And I said, "What are you gonna do if someone comes here and takes over your magic show?" And he said, "They are gonna be really sorry." So I was like, "Okay," but anyway, he saw Mitch and he lost his shit. He was
Yeah.
so pumped. Simon was so pumped. They
Yeah.
had a great time.
Yeah. It,
Um,
it was good.
anyway, the decor came out pretty good, I would say. The food came out pretty good.
Yep.
Um,
Shout out to Sherry on that cake and them
mhm,
cupcakes.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't my favorite, but
I
I did really like it.
told her it wasn't any carrot cake, but it was still pretty good.
She's gonna
Oh,
hear this at some point, and she's gonna roll her eyes so hard.
she is. But you guys, her carrot cake for Thanksgiving. Seriously. I just can't stop talking about it. It's really good.
Yeah, she made me pumpkin cheesecake squares, so I'll see you with those. Um, then yes, we went to Wicked and, everyone that I would have gotten to babysit Claire also went to Wicked. So we just brought her and I was like, "We're gonna go, like, very strategically planned. Let's go at her nap time. Well, that never happened. So I spent most of the time, like, on the side ramp of the movie theater walking back and forth with her, which I saw most of the movie, but I really wanted to see it again in theaters before it left, and, like, actually see the whole story.
Mhm.
One thing about us is that the 3 of us, we all, like, really like musicals.
Mhm.
Um, it's the only reason why we're friends. Anyway, um, so, yes, I ended up having to go for a follow-up from my wrist surgery to Toby's town,
Mhm.
and he had like, it was normally that's in the morning, and it was in the middle of the day. He ended up having a half a day vacation he could take, so we went to the next town over, and we watched the movie again
Yep.
in the world's biggest theater,
Yeah, it was huge.
and we caught the giggles at one point. It was so
Oh my god, I
funny.
forgot about that. I'm laughing again thinking about it.
We cannot stop laughing. Anyway,
It was over some very childish jokes or so I heard.
It
says the
was.
guy who any chance he gets to put the number 6 and 9 together, he does.
Aaron just recently realized what my zodiac sign is too.
Oh wait, what is it?
Look up the symbol for Cancer.
Oh, is it that? Okay, I think I know what it is. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
It's the crab. Yeah, I see
sure,
it.
but also
I see it.
that's
Oh,
just
I
right
do
there.
have exciting news.
Okay.
I made a book goal this year, and I met it. It's not a substantial book goal, but I've never met a book goal, and I did,
So
and
by
so I'm
book goal,
proud of
you mean a
myself.
number of books you wanted to read in the year? Yeah,
Yeah.
got it.
Consume, I guess, should I say, because I
Yeah,
did listen to about half of them.
sure.
But, yeah, it beats, I guess, listening to Keeping Up with the Kardashians or something like that. But anyway, the
There you
last
go.
one that I listened to, because I have to really focus in. I can't really do all that much while listening to a book. I can do kinda second nature stuff, but if I'm the type of person that if I start concentrating on doing something else, I start thinking about that, and
Yeah.
before you know it, I've missed, like, 3 chapters.
Mhm.
Anyway, the last book I read was super good, or the last book I
Nice.
listened to. It and I think the way that they recorded the audiobook, it was, like, in and out of interviews and podcast interviews and news stories and stuff like that, um, along with, like, the actual story taking place, so every time they did, like, a podcast interview or a news interview, they would always say, um, "This is a clip," or "This is a interview on the so and so podcast." And then it would be like, what is the quote unquote actual, um, uh, audio from the podcast, so it was different from, like,
Mhm.
someone just reading it, and when you get lucky and you come across an audiobook like that, it's top notch.
That's pretty
Nice.
cool. You know what I've heard is a really good audiobook experience?
Hmm.
A autobiography narrated by the person who wrote it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I've
Yeah,
listened
yeah.
And
to a couple of those, and I do very much enjoy it.
uh, who is continue? I'm gonna think of the
Tina
person.
Fey.
No,
I did listen to hers, actually.
Steve Martin apparently has a really good one that he
Mhm.
wrote
Mhm.
and self-narrated. But that seems cool because like sometimes they'll give you like a little side story or explanation about something that's just written in the book.
Mhm.
Anyway, continue.
Most of them most of them do read their own autobiographies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap up this section. You have anything else you wanna mention before we
I
move
don't,
on?
know.
Okay. All right. Well, before we get into the discussion, the Christmas discussion, let's do a game or two.
Okay.
So I have a Christmas trivia if you guys would like to do a little bit of that.
Okay.
I'll ask some questions and you guys will give me some answers. We're not going to back and forth it. So, first one to answer gets the point. These are Christmas themed. They're going to start easy and gradually get harder. Tinfo, ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Cue numero uno. In the song Frosty the Snowman, what made Frosty come to life?
The magic hat from a magician.
Aaron?
I don't know.
Okay.
Hold
You
on,
wanna
I'm
think-
singing it.
You want to think of the lyrics of the song?
I can only get the first.
Okay. Well, I'll get the
Good to know.
point then.
Mm.
Technically, it's an old silk hat. Old silk hat they found when they placed it on his head.
He began to dance around.
So, yes, it was a hat. Okay. Next, what Christmas beverage is also known as milk punch?
Eggnog.
Correct.
Shit.
Point for Aaron. One of Santa's reindeer shares a name with a famous symbol of Valentine's Day. What reindeer is that?
Cupid.
Aaron
Yeah.
gets the point. Sharpen it up.
Why is one of the reindeer named Vixen?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Who was like, that's the sexy one.
Mm.
Mhm.
Okay.
This told-
What animated 2004 film about a train that carries kids to the North Pole?
Clerks.
Correct.
You gotta let him finish the question.
Tom Hanks.
I mean, technically, you don't.
Okay, I didn't know that was in the rules. Fine. Fine.
What is the name of the family, just the last name, the family featured in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
Griswold.
Shit.
Aaron got an edge on that one.
You said the family, and I was like, Christmas with the Cranks. I'm like, that's not what he's going to ask about. I know what he's going to ask about. And now that's all that's in my head.
I was watching that movie when she came to my house before we went to see Wicked.
Oh.
What's
I
feel like I would have known
I
that
see what
anyway.
kind of fucking game this is.
Yeah, right.
I
the
feel like I
one
would have
song.
known that. Come on.
What song was initially condemned by the Roman Catholic Church for allegedly portraying an adulterous affair? What Christmas song? Let's be clear.
I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
That's correct.
I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus.
I always hated that song.
Let's go on the road with this show.
No.
All right.
Santa baby.
That one too. Ugh.
When I worked at JCPenney, I swear if I would have heard that song one more time, I was going to flip everything over in the home department.
I ain't
All
folding
right.
no more towels.
I would be impressed if someone gets this.
Oh, I'm going to get it.
And this is technically the easy section, but okay. What's the name of Rudolph's girlfriend in the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer television special?
Oh, shit.
Delilah.
Delilah. No.
Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in the North Pole?
There you go. Exactly.
Do you like my red nose?
Rosie.
Mm-mm.
Damn it.
Vixen.
No.
Ooh.
No. Wasn't Vixen.
Oh, I know.
Oh, okay.
Her name's 69.
All right.
Santa.
Her name was Clarice.
You.
You. All right.
I'm
I'm
sorry
going
to
to
all the
move.
Clarices out there, but she's in that movie, Silence of the Lambs.
Don't stand too close to the something, Clarice. What does he say?
She's like standing over it. He's in like a pit or something. Or
I thought
she's
he-
in a
I thought he
pit.
was in
I don't
a-
know.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to move on to the medium difficulty section. In
Okay.
Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, What was Mr. Scrooge's first name?
Ebenezer.
Yes. Correct.
Listen, I've watched Mickey Mouse Christmas Carol my whole goddamn life. I better know everything about that story.
Okay. Miracle on 34th Street centers on what real-life department store?
Macy's.
That is correct. The tide has turned.
Put me in black and white land. Let's go.
All right. How many reindeer are featured in the poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas"?
8, 9.
What did you say, Lyle?
I didn't say anything. I gasped.
Oh, okay. Aaron's correct. It was
Yeah, I
8.
think it's 8.
Rudolph is not mentioned in "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
Nah, he's a capitalist insert.
Okay.
You learned that when searching for Did You Knows, huh?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I was very targeted with my Did You Know searches.
Okay, get ready. First one to answer correctly. In the 12 days of Christmas, what are there 11 of?
Maids of Milking.
No, it's 8 Maids of Milking.
Piper's Piping.
Aaron's got it.
Damn it.
Dang, you waited too long.
Is it Piper's Piping?
11 pipers piping.
Is it 8 Maids of Milking?
8 maids of milking is correct. Okay.
5 golden rings.
That's not. Sauron said 7 for the elves. 5 for the men.
Okay. In the song "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," what type of pudding is called for?
Figgy pudding.
That is
Ah.
correct. That is correct. And we won't go until we get some. That's some
No.
pushy people.
Yeah, they demand for the figgies.
Okay. Mele Kalikimaka means Merry Christmas in what language?
Hawaiian.
Yes. Correct. Also a song featured in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Let's see. What word for Christmas or a Christmas carol was borrowed from French?
Wait, what?
There's a word in French that means Christmas or Christmas carol.
Croissant.
Think about how someone in French might wish you a Merry Christmas. What would they say? Joyeux?
Noel.
Hey! That's it. Noel.
That's not how you spell my name.
It is not.
Mini L.
In English folklore, what figure came to be associated with Santa Claus? These are the harder ones.
Saint Nicholas.
Mm-mm. Don't know that I got this one.
English folklore?
Mm-hmm. It's not like super difficult, but I don't know that I'd have thought of it.
Kris Kringle.
No. Simpler than that.
Christopher of the Red Nose Brigade.
Oh, is it a king?
Yes! No, it's Father Christmas.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
British people.
I just want to say I had one of these. Name.
Your child?
Name the animatronic cassette playing bear toy that every kid wanted for Christmas in the mid 80s.
Oh.
You see him.
Teddy Ruxpin?
You got it.
Damn! That was
it.
straight out of the archives.
I had me a Teddy Ruxpin, and that bitch was fun. Okay.
I had the robot version.
Claire's
Oh,
doing
okay.
something kind of similar
Oh, yeah.
at Tony's box. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In the 1964 classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, what was the name of Rudolph's faithful elf companion, who, if I
Theodore.
remember correct, wanted to become a dentist? instead of being an elf?
Eugene.
Nope. I was
Peter.
obsessed with this cartoon as a kid, so I know the Rudolph stuff. No, his name was Hermie.
Mm.
Hermie.
In the we're going to go 3 more questions, and that'll be 20. In the TV special How the Grinch Stole Christmas, what 3 words describe the Grinch?
Oh man.
It's in the song.
Yeah.
Mean one?
Like foul, odious, something.
You're on the right track. I'll give you a hint. It's an alliteration.
Fiendish, foul.
I'll give you another hint. That's not the correct starting letter.
Damn, I just read that to Simon.
I'll give you guys one more hint. It has to do with smell.
Stinky?
3 words.
They all have to do with smell?
Yes. Dang, you guys don't know that song, do you?
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
You really are a heel.
Okay, we'll be here.
You're as blah 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 blah.
You're as cuddly as a new
Mr. Grinch.
I wouldn't touch you with a 9.5-foot pole.
All right, I'm giving you the answer.
Okay.
It's stink, stank,
Thank
stomp.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's dumb. That's the same word.
Well, that's what they sing about. Okay. What holiday movie sequel includes a cameo by Donald Trump?
Home Alone.
Yeah, Home Alone 2.
Ah, Lau got it.
Oh,
No.
fuck that.
Home Alone
I'll
2.
let Erin
You want to give it to her? All right.
I knew it already, but I'll let her go.
All right. We'll give it to her.
Ah,
He was not in Home Alone. He was in Home Alone 2 when the
I
dude was in
know,
New York.
but obviously that's what I meant because
Is
Well,
it
there's a Home Alone
obvious?
3 too, so you could have.
I don't know if it was obvious, but okay.
I mean, I feel like it's pretty fucking obvious.
All right,
And
we'll
if
give it-
anybody wants to fucking fight with me on it, I will throw my grave with this one.
She's gonna cough on you guys, so baby, come fight her in like a week, maybe.
I'm not contagious.
So you say.
That's what they say, but I
Then
don't
why you
know.
wouldn't let me kiss Claire earlier?
Because I don't have snot running down my face like she does.
Okay, last question. And
I mean, I don't believe I can win, so
actually, you guys can tie with the answer here.
Wow.
So think about it. Think about it. Here we go. Who recorded the melancholy holiday hit Hard Candy Christmas in 1982?
Dolly Parton.
Yes!
Wow. I have never.
Hard Candy Christmas.
heard
And with
that
that, Aaron
life.
ties Lyle for 8 points.
Also, I have never heard of it either. That was yes.
So here's the tiebreaker question.
Oh,
Man.
let's go.
All right. I'm going to find one you guys can actually answer here. Hold on, because some of these are out there.
You don't know.
No, like for real.
Just go down the hard ones until we get one.
Here we go. Okay. You guys could totally get this. According to the folklore of Austria and other countries, what horned figure punishes naughty
Krampus.
children at Christmas time?
Fuck you.
Lyle got it.
That was a victory earned and deserved because I gave
Fuck
you
the
that,
patriarchy.
I
Why,
gave you that.
why
free
the
point.
patriarchy?
I don't know. Why not? He's a father, isn't he?
Yeah, okay, I'll give it to you.
Who, Krampus?
You.
Oh, me.
Yeah, Krampus. Good job, Lyle.
Moving on. This is fucking stupid.
Yeah, moving on. Do we want to do a couple of would you rathers?
Sure.
Sure.
Hit us,
yeah,
Or
Aaron.
maybe we should do something and then do that later
Well, okay, sure.
to break it up.
Let's do that. So we wanted to talk about, since this is our Christmas episode, we wanted to talk about just traditions that we've experienced throughout the years, Christmas traditions, and maybe we could also talk about some of the gifts and toys throughout the years as we were growing up that were like the it gifts to have as
Okay.
a kid, because obviously that has changed
Yeah. So
over time.
you mentioned this earlier, maybe in the pre-show.
Yep.
Um,
If
do
you
you
guys
have
would
a
like access to
list?
the pre-show, you can subscribe for $19.99 a month. No, just kidding.
Do you have a list,
Mm-mm.
or how are we gonna do this?
No, I
Because
figured we
like,
could just look it up if we didn't, or you could just
yeah,
list something if you
I
remember.
feel like I could name some, but I don't know the years other than one I might know the year of.
No, it was just to think about when you were a kid. What were some of the things that everybody wanted, or some of the things that you might have wanted, or maybe you just remember hearing.
Do we want to do? Can I name one now?
We can start with that, sure.
Talk Girl.
Okay, what's that?
Remember the Talk Boy?
Yeah,
Kevin had it in Home Alone.
yeah.
Well, there was a girl version of it. It was just
Oh,
pink.
Just a
okay.
pink tape player. Tape
You had
recorder.
one.
Yep.
Nice.
All right.
I like
So
changed your voice and stuff.
Right.
Nintendo 64,
Mhm.
1996.
Super Nintendo was a big one for us.
Yeah,
Whenever we
same.
got that for Christmas, we were so excited.
Yeah, I always wanted Legos personally. That was like always high on my list. I remember I got a giant castle one year and I was freaking.
I
Tickle
pretty
Me
much
Elmo was a big one.
I pretty
Mhm.
much never got, like, the big gift, like, the thing that
I-
everybody was going after, because I never really I always kinda let other people play with it, and, like, I would just pick random stuff.
Yeah, same. Same
But I
mostly.
remember I got a Nintendo 64. I got a PlayStation 2 one year for Christmas. My brother and I got a Super Nintendo when we were younger.
Yep.
Um,
We were dating when you got that PlayStation 2 for Christmas.
were we?
I remember when you got it. And I remember the games you got with it.
I just got one game.
I thought you got two.
Uh-uh.
You got that.
My mom just literally did not, because I was like, "Look, I was using an old TV from my mama's house, and it kinda smelled a little bit like smoke." My poor mom.
Yeah.
But, also, it was just like one of those TVs that you turn the dial on,
Uh-huh.
so it was struggling, and I don't know that you could hook a VHS player to it. Maybe you could've, I don't know, but I asked for a new TV. I was like, "Can I please finally get a new TV?" Mainly too because I wanted a PlayStation
Yeah.
2, and it wouldn't have supported the PlayStation 2. Anyway, so I got that. My poor mom, I didn't ask for any games.
Yeah.
She was like, "I truly did not know what to get you, so I got you this." And it was Finding Nemo,
But you also had that like
and I beat that shit too.
MX
Nice.
off-road four-wheeler game too.
No, I think
So
I rented that.
Oh. And didn't she not get you a memory card? Was that you? Didn't you like couldn't even use the
Yeah,
PlayStation 2 to
yeah, I
get
don't
one?
think she did. I mean, I could use it, but it wouldn't save, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't have any internal memory and they were discs, so you couldn't save to the disc.
so did you get a TV?
Yeah, yeah, I got
Do
the
you
whole
remember
shebang.
you remember what size TV you got?
I
I do.
think I got what do you think, Lyle? It's
19
probably 32.
No, it was 19 inch.
That's what I
A
got, a
19
19-inch TV.
I
Are
could
you sure?
listen. I'm pretty sure that like 3 or 4 years in a row, my dad got me the like $99 JVC $100 Walmart 19-inch tube TV.
Right.
Like, I had one at his house, had one at my mom's house, had one at my granny and papa's house. Like,
I don't know what brand mine was, but it was black,
it was
19
black.
inch.
Yep. Aaron's was silver and had,
Okay.
like did it have a was that the one with the DVD player built into it, or was that the little portable one?
I never had the
No,
DVD
yeah,
built
no,
in.
I didn't have anything built into it, but I had a VCR and
And the PlayStation plays
PlayStation.
DVDs? I was just
Yeah.
Oliver was just asking me there earlier today, "What is a DVD?"
Oh
And I
God.
was like, "Oh god." I said, "It really pains
My
me sometimes how young you are."
we lived through that shit coming in and going out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I was like I said, "When I was little, they had these things called VHS. It was a tape." And then later they had DVDs, which was a disc, but it had movies on it.
Yeah.
And because he has like one of my old games came with like a making of DVD. He's like, "What do you
Mm.
even do with this?" I'm like, "Put it in a DVD player." Do we have a DVD player? I'm like, "Well, we have like PlayStations, but
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
had
know.
that little portable TV for the car
yep."
that
But
had
yeah,
the disc in it.
yeah, your silver
Mhm.
TV. No, it was not a 32 inch. A 32-inch tube TV weighs like 300 pounds. Trust me.
I gotcha.
It was either a 19 or a 21 inch because those were like the common off the rack sizes that everybody got in the 90s and the
But I
2000s.
think it was probably a 21.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah. Weren't like Beanie Babies a big deal at some point?
Yes, I still have a bunch of them.
They were big. I don't remember them being like a
I don't know if
I
it
want
was
this for Christmas type
Christmas.
thing.
Yeah.
I remember my mom delivered mail to a shop that sold Beanie Babies, and I was always
Mm.
like, "Keep an eye out for the new Beanie Baby."
Tamagotchi was big for me
That
while
was
we
one of
were
Mhm.
my
in school.
first 2 Game Boy games that I ever owned.
Mm.
I got the Zelda for Game Boy, and I got Tamagotchi.
Mhm.
For
For
Game
those of you
Boy?
listening that don't know what a Tamagotchi is, it's basically a little handheld digital pet
Oh,
that
they're
you
back
have to.
out.
Okay, well, there may be some other people who listen who don't know what that is, but
Yeah, I bought when they came back out, I bought Ashley one for her birthday.
I'm looking at a list to cheat a little bit. Oh, the Furby. You remember that? That
Oh
was
my
huge.
god,
Bleh,
yes.
bleh.
I
It
don't
I did
think
was
we
I
had one,
remember
but
all of my little cousins. I was too old for it kinda, and they each got one for Easter. We had gone on a, like, beach vacation for Easter. The
Mhm.
Easter bunny came, the Easter bunny brought them a Furby, each of them.
The most annoying thing in the world.
I never wanted a Furby. I thought they were annoying and scary.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then there's actually a game that came out like 5 or 6 years ago. It's a horror video game on computer that is based around like Furby type
Mm.
creatures
Mhm.
coming to life and haunting a house.
Nice. The Game Boy was a big gift item.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, anything else you guys can remember?
Me
Game-wise or toy-wise?
uh,
I remember getting a boombox, like a stereo.
yes.
That was a big gift.
Like the 5-part or the 3-part one?
Yes, the 3-part
Yeah,
where the speakers
Yeah.
kinda slid on and detached and
with the 3 disc changer.
I used
yep,
to go to sleep every night with mine on listening to Titanic soundtrack.
nice. That bitch
Like,
still
as
listens to
loud
that to
as I
this
could
day.
put it. Like, as loud as I could put it. And my parents were just okay with that.
I
I
know.
don't understand.
I shudder to think of what was heard outside of my room. Lord.
Uh,
Um, I was gonna say that actually.
Okay.
Do you remember Pogs?
Wait, what is
mhm.
that?
Yes, I do.
Those little, like, round, chipboard things, they all had, like, different designs on them, and then they had, like, the thick pucks that you, like, hit them with.
I missed the boat on those.
So
The mall, like, always had the little kiosk where you could just go dig through the Pogs and get, like, 10 for a dollar.
so
And you don't
I
do anything
always
with them, you just
knew
have them, yeah?
well, you collect them and you would like the game was you would stack them in a tower, like your pogs and the other person's pogs,
Mhm,
and then you would have a slammer, which was like a harder one. It could be metal or plastic.
mhm.
And you'd have to hit the stack with the slammer, and any ones you like flipped over, you kept.
Oh,
So you could take the other person's pogs or whatever.
it's like the 20th century's pickup sticks.
Yes, I had, except you keep them forever.
Right.
I had like a bunch of like weird ones and ones that are like branded, and I also had a little machine that you could put your pictures in it and punch them out onto a little piece of cardboard and make
Hmm.
your own pogs. So I did that a bunch as well.
What a weird fad.
So I always knew because I don't know, I got like these little Disney magazines and stuff as a kid, and they had like an article about them and how they were based on the like lids of these drinks
Hmm.
or whatever.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, okay, like a milk jug lid. But so it turns out there's actually a drink called Pog.
Oh.
It's passion fruit orange guava.
Oh.
And our friend Jen just went to California and Hawaii over the summer,
Hmm.
and she had some for the first time ever, and she was freaking out about how good it was.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, you can get it
Interesting.
for super expensive on Amazon, but it's like a regional thing. But yeah, so that's apparently the tops of the jars that they came from originally, the
Hmm.
Pogs, and that's why even the logo is the same.
Interesting. Side note, I tasted creamy coconut flavored Dr. Pepper for the first time this past week. Apparently it was a limited edition flavor that came out this summer. Oh my god, it was so good.
That sounds like it's got a lot going on.
Oh, I loved it so much. Can't find it anywhere though.
What about Cabbage Patch Kids?
Yeah, I never had them, but those were definitely big.
I
My
had
Little Buddies.
I
Did you
had
get
one of
those?
those. Yeah.
I
I had
did
one of those.
too, and, I had the girl version, but
Yep.
then there was Chucky.
Yep. That's what I had.
Kinda threw that shit away.
I used to like playing with his hair.
Ugh.
my mom might still have my Cabbage Patch Kid.
Hmm. Probably worth the money.
Trolls.
Trolls, yes, those were huge in elementary school for me. And if you got one with the little diamond in the belly,
Mm. They
oh
all had
yeah,
diamonds, I thought.
those are special.
Oh.
I never
They
had
had
no
they had
trolls.
some plain ones with just the hair, and then they had the ones with the diamond in the belly. Then they had the ones you could stick on top of your pencil.
Oh, yeah.
They had all kind of troll stuff. Yeah, those are huge. My God,
Oh.
the shit our parents bought.
Yeah,
What about what? What you gonna say?
I'm trying to think if there's anything. I can't think of anything like specific like that
Yeah.
was like I really wanted it because it.
Yo-yos.
Well, I remember yo-yos coming back, but I don't remember that being like a big Christmas thing.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
remember in junior high having my little free spinning yo-yo and learning how to walk the dog.
Yep.
Mhm.
Like getting a bike was always fun. Getting rollerblades, those were big.
Mhm.
I wonder
Um,
if other places do that. Because, like, here you can get a bike and realistically go ride it on Christmas, but like,
yeah.
can't do that in Minnesota.
No.
You freeze your ass off, slip on some ice.
Right. Yeah, probably not. They probably just get snow shovels.
Lava lamps. I had gotten those.
Hmm.
I remember I got a lava lamp the Christmas I was so sick that I couldn't function.
Hmm. Okay, well, if you think of any more, throw it in there. Let's talk about family traditions or just Christmas traditions in general. Are there any
Family
that were super
I
tradition.
was waiting on that.
any that were like super important for you and your family? Or just things that you always did up to a certain point?
Mm, My dad always had a both my parents. So my parents have been longtime friends with the guy who runs like an audio video store.
Mhm.
He owns it. And so they always had like big fancy like stereo systems. The Kenwood with the two
Mhm.
tower speakers, the tall tower speakers and the disc changer and the receiver and all that crap. Well, my
Yeah.
dad always had a record player and records. And every year you knew it was Christmas officially when the eggnog showed up in the refrigerator. The what are those little cherries called? The like chocolate ones with the cream.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Cherry cordials.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
those showed up in the house, and the Elvis record landed on the record player.
Oh, wow.
Elvis Christmas, like, every year that we did that.
Nice.
And now my Christmas playlist on Spotify is I put Elvis Christmas on there. Erin put NSYNC's Christmas album on there, or I put it on there for her. And then Oliver has started adding songs this year.
And what's
Nice.
added songs on what?
Oliver has started adding songs this year
To what?
to the Christmas playlists.
Oh, I didn't know we had a Christmas playlist.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, I just remembered something else. There was a doll when I was a kid that it came with powders, and you mix it with water, and then you fed it, and it would poop it out.
Yep.
And then also you would feed it water, let it drink water, and it would pee it out.
Magic potty surprise.
I don't know, I guess.
I remember that. Seemed
Poopsie.
really
There's
dumb.
one called Poopsie. Oh my god. How crazy.
Polly
Sorry.
Pocket. Ugh.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
remember
I
the
was
girls
big
having
into
that.
Micro Machines.
Oh yeah. We had a lot of those in the
So
little tracks.
I had like there's a whole military line with tanks and planes and stuff, and
Mhm.
I had all of those, and I had a big tank that was like, I don't know, 1.5 feet long, and it folded open in the middle and made like a big base for your Micro Machine stuff to play around on.
Yeah.
I had that. That was my
Oh,
my
you know
jam.
what we got one year that was super fun was this car racetrack thing that you put together, and then you put the cars on it, and they were two controllers, but they were shaped like guns with a trigger.
Oh, yeah.
And you pull the trigger and the car goes, and you could like
Yep.
race them. There was like two tracks that ran parallel to each other, and the cars
Yeah.
would fly around that thing. That was fun.
They would, and I want to say they usually had like a little crossover point, so you could like slam into each
You
other. and
possibly
go
if you
flying
timed
off
it
the
right.
track.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what about the game Crossfire? I had that for Christmas one year.
Do you know
That was
that
fun.
they made a TV show episode out of Crossfire?
No,
It just came out.
that was a popular game.
Yeah,
One year
had a good commercial. So
it had a great commercial. All right.
yeah,
Anyway,
GI Joes. I was big into GI Joes, so I probably Transformers. I like Transformers. Beast Wars was out in the 90s. The TV
we never
show, and I
got
was
into
like,
that too much.
I always wanted some Transformers. I remember getting a bunch one year, and I was so happy with all my Transformers.
My brother liked the Power Rangers. I remember he got a couple of those.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as traditions go, not really. Like I would alternate. So my parents have been divorced since I was 3.
Right.
So like the way the custody thing was set up was like whoever I was with one year for a holiday, I was with the other one the next year. It's like a Thanksgiving one year with one, and then Thanksgiving the next year with the other. And for Christmas, it was I'd be with one of them on Christmas Eve, and then go to the other one's house and spend Christmas Eve night and Christmas morning with them, and then go back to the other's house Christmas Day. And that would just alternate year to year. But my mom, we would just do our thing, just she and I, and then we would usually we go to my granny and papa's house, which was my dad's parents, and see like all the rest of the family there. And sometimes we would come or go to where my grandmother lived, which is where the house my mom lives in now, actually, which was her actual grandmother, my great grandmother, and see that side of the family over there.
Yeah.
And then for my dad, we would always go to my granny and papa's house, and all the aunts and uncles and cousins and everybody would gather over there. And we just, visit and play with our new toys and run around outside and stuff. And
yeah,
I know some of my uncles and aunts want to like still do that, but it's like,
yeah,
each of my dad had 3 siblings, and each of them had 2 or 3 kids who have then gone on to have more kids. So it's like we're all spread out and we all have our own kids and our own wives and families and stuff. So it's hard to get a big group like that together.
Absolutely.
As it goes on.
I think it was Baby Alive what I had, by the way.
Oh, that was the poop.
That name
the
sounds
poop baby.
familiar.
That does sound familiar.
You had a pooping baby?
I did, yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Baby Alive. Wow.
Well, that's like, I don't know if that's it or not. Or maybe it was, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
No, but that's funny. I do recognize that name now that you say it.
Well, that's that's current. There's still Baby Alives.
Oh, wow.
Anyway.
So anyway, yeah, I was gonna say we lived like 2.5 hours away from my mom's family. Um, when like my dad had moved our family away. I probably told this story early on, but we always like my mom didn't go back home after her and my dad divorced because we were already in school there. She already had a job there, so we just stayed. But we would always come back to um the town where the rest of my mom's family lived. And I don't remember spending many Christmases with my dad. I don't know how that worked out or what kind of agreement they had, but I always remember being with my mom and my mom's family for Christmas. But we would always drive down. A lot of times we would like my grandparents would meet my mom halfway, and like the week we got off of school, we would come here. My mom wouldn't come because she had to work, and then we would spend our entire vacation at my grandparents' house, playing with our cousins, just hanging out with my mom's family. Then my mom would come. We would do a Christmas Eve gathering at my grandparents. And this was like without fail every year, pretty much. My mom's family would pull names. All the adults would pull names and they would exchange gifts on Christmas Eve. As we got older, we started participating. I remember thinking it was so fun when we first got to do it ourselves and play along because otherwise we would just open up a few gifts, like a gift or two, the kids, and then the adults would do their game and we would just watch. And a lot of the adults like to play jokes on each other with gifts, and then they'd give them a real, a gag gift and then a real gift and all that hoopla. Anyway, it was fun. Everybody made their same little finger foods every year that you would look forward to. And it was so funny because we loved all those foods so much and no one ever made them unless it was Christmas. It was like, why don't we eat
that's
this?
so weird, right?
It is. Why don't we eat this more?
Stuff that you associate with a holiday or going somewhere and you only have it that time. It's like, why? I like that.
I know. It's crazy. So anyway, that was the tradition for my family, is going to my grandparents, Christmas Eve gathering after church. We would exchange gifts, do the gift exchange, and then Christmas Day we would sleep there because we were in town away from my house. So Christmas Day we'd wake up with my grandparents, we'd do gifts, and then my cousins' families they do like their own gifts with their own family, but then everybody ends up back at my grandparents again, and then we exchange gifts with them again, and then do lunch. And we were normally out of there because we had to get back home, but my mom had to get back home. But that was the tradition for so long. And then now we're all older and people are, like I was saying, people are spread out. So we don't really do that anymore. That's starting to change over time, which I guess is the normal progression of things. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Christmas is just different. And I miss the way it was, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We played some games kind of like that with Aaron's family.
Yeah. We've
over the
done
years.
different games throughout the years. We did like minute to win it style games one year. And then we did like this funny gift box exchange. Some boxes had like gum in it. Some boxes had $10 in it. Some boxes had $20 in it. A lottery scratch ticket. They were just all the same size box and they were wrapped. And you get a box at the beginning of the night, and then you could trade all night long, or you could keep your box, do whatever you want. And then at a certain point throughout the night, we just go one by one and we open our boxes to see what you ended up with. We used to do that. My grandma started that game with us.
We played that at like my job for several years, where people would bring gifts and stuff, and like with a price limit. And some people would bring real gifts, some people would bring gag gifts, and that was the first time I ever saw the like scratch off tickets and something like that. I was like, man, that is so smart.
Could be giving away a $10,000 gift.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. I guess moving on. Let's do we could either do our Christmas Did You Knows, or we could do some Would You Rathers.
I mean, okay.
Which would you rather?
Which would you rather?
I mean, did y'all just go over your favorite things for Christmas? Tradition?
No.
Yeah.
Well, kind of, I guess.
I didn't say any.
You have traditions you want to talk about? Go for it.
I thought we were doing were we not doing a top 5?
We
No, not
are,
yet.
but he's just talking about like stuff you remember, like
Traditions. Things
traditions
you
that you
remember
did
doing.
as a kid or as a younger
Oh,
adult.
yeah, mine's the same shit.
Yeah, I figured
So
you would have jumped in if you had something.
Yeah, we played that game where
I thought
like,
I was just waiting my turn.
how did we do it at your mom's house? There was like a pile of gifts in the middle that everybody put in, and somebody would go open one, and then the next person could either steal it or open another one,
Mhm.
and it would go around, and
It could get stolen 3
inevitably,
times.
yep, and then it gets locked down and it can't be stolen anymore.
Yeah,
So
And
like
don't
that
say what
white
you're about to
elephant.
say.
yeah, and people would always
Don't
get
say what you're about
mad.
to say.
People would always get mad.
God, for the love of God.
I mean,
Okay, Aaron, what do you have? You have some traditions you want to share, or no?
No.
Okay.
I mean, they're kinda in my top 5.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, well, let's do some would you rathers. What do you have for us?
Alright. Hold on, let me get to my little sheet. I was lost just then.
Okay,
I didn't understand where we were.
I got you.
Okay. Would you rather watch the movie Elf or The Grinch?
Mm, that's a tough one. I'm gonna say the Grinch.
which
I
Really?
don't.
Grinch?
Yeah, but I like them both.
I'm assuming the Jim Carrey Grinch.
Oh, I was thinking the animated version.
I'm gonna say the Grinch because I'm slightly too old for Elf. Like I know a lot of people that like love Elf as their favorite Christmas movie, and I'm like, it's just fine, I guess. But I grew up on the Grinch, so
Yeah, it's kind of
plus
my
if you watch the animated Grinch, it's only like 30 minutes long.
I don't feel like you can be too old for Elf, but okay.
Well, no, I'm just like what I'm saying is like I'm 37. So when did Elf come out?
It doesn't matter. When you were an adult.
Elf came out in 2003. So I was 16 when it came out. So I was like too cool for a silly comedy Christmas movie when it
Well,
came
you're
out.
lost.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying it's.
You were also too cool for me, but look what happened.
I didn't know
So
this was judgy. Would you rather? Wow.
I'm just trying to explain myself, but Aaron's mad at me, so fine, I won't say anything anymore.
why am I mad at you? What you did?
That's what I would like to know.
I'm not mad at you.
Aaron, did you choose?
Elf.
Okay.
If comparing it to the Jim Carrey version,
Okay.
I do like the old school little cartoon, but I wouldn't consider that what we're comparing here.
Oh, okay. Then, in
Tit
light
for
of that,
tat.
I changed my answer. I would rather watch the Elf than the Jim Carrey Grinch.
Okay. Go Christmas caroling or play Christmas bingo.
Wait, what's Christmas bingo?
I don't know. Just bingo.
I would rather play bingo during Christmas than go
E-
stand out in the cold or heat and sing to people.
yeah, true. Most likely heat down here.
Yeah.
It was 80 degrees today.
We used to go Christmas caroling. It was fun, but I
We
still would
did
rather
it.
play bingo just once
Yeah,
in my life.
bingo for me too.
I've never been Christmas caroling in my whole life. Maybe that's why I didn't choose it.
Maybe
We
that's
did
why
it a
you're
couple
such a
times.
fucking Grinch.
Ooh,
Wow,
an
I did
Ebenezer
choose the
Scrooge.
Eggnog or hot chocolate? Choose carefully.
Hot chocolate.
Oh, fuck. You
Eggnog.
know what? Y'all, this is the
Eggnog.
last podcast.
Hey,
Yeah, eggnog.
Ew. No,
I have a
hate eggnog.
friend. I have a friend who said it's custard season and posted a picture of like 6 cartons of a thing that looked just like eggnog but was labeled custard. And I was like, "What is this?" I was like,
Oh.
"What is this eggnog?" And he said, "No, it's like eggnog, but it's slightly different." I can't remember
No,
how
let me
it's done
tell you
differently.
guys, this is how I like my eggnog. Eggnog for real. In the fucking garbage where it belongs.
Wow. Wowie! We have a funny eggnog story if you want to hear
I'm
it.
just kidding. I don't hate it that much.
I love eggnog.
Me too.
I
So
never got
Aaron's
around to
mom
liking it.
makes a homemade eggnog every year.
Mhm.
And one year, it might have been the first year or the second year we were in this current house, we had obviously a new oven from our old house.
Mhm.
and she was cooking the eggnog on the stove, but she did not realize that it was on like one of the like power burners that like boils stuff really fast. And
Mm,
even though she had it all the way low on simmer, it still like cooked faster than it was supposed to.
mm.
So there was a couple little floating cooked pieces of egg white,
Wowza.
like we had some scrambled eggnog.
Scrambled eggnog.
And it's still, I
Nice.
mean, she strained it because she was so bothered by it. I was like, I would have drank it with that stuff in there. I don't give a shit. But it was still just as good as it always
We call that-
It was a little weird to chew your eggnog, okay?
We call that eggnog surprise.
You want to chew your orange juice? Like, what's the difference?
That's true.
Oh wow.
I
Okay.
want that pulp in there.
Aaron
Ew.
wants as much pulp as you can pulp into her.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
mind it, but if I had to choose, pulp
A
free.
live Christmas tree or a fake Christmas tree?
Fake.
Live.
Fake for me too.
I like live. I think they're pretty and they smell great. I don't want to deal with it.
I
So
want
give
one
me a fake
every-
one.
Hey, you know what I saw online?
Oh my god, we can't tell a story after every single one. What did you see?
I saw a place that rents Christmas trees in like a pot, and you take it home and you decorate it and you do your Christmas thing, and then you bring it back to them when it's over in the pot, and you get
Oh
like some
my
sort of
God.
refund or something like that. And when they get to a certain height, they go replant them.
That's just a little too much for me.
Oh my goodness.
I love the spirit of it though.
A tacky sweater or Christmas PJs?
Christmas PJs, bitch.
Yeah. They
Tacky
better be
sweater.
comfortable though.
I ain't wearing no goddamn sweater. We live in South Louisiana.
Gingerbread
Yeah.
houses or wrap Christmas presents?
What?
Don't even understand what I'm comparing.
Make gingerbread houses or wrap Christmas presents?
Oh, I want to make a gingerbread house.
I want to wrap a Christmas present. I literally hate the gingerbread house.
Yeah, I'm
kits.
not a big fan of the gingerbread thing, and we have kids who want to do it but are small enough that they can't do it on their own. So
So we have to do
Oh.
3.
I'm
every
going
year.
to well, at least I think I'm going to a gingerbread house decorating thing on Friday.
Well, we're going to be doing one on Friday as well.
Oh, yay! We should take
We're going to be
pictures and
doing
share.
3. We're going to be doing 3.
Pro tip, buy the one already built so you can just do the fun part of decorating it.
I think those are the ones that Veronica buys.
Good.
A white, because they're smaller, aren't they? Some of them.
You can buy
She
a
gets
big
little-
one.
She gets little small ones. Anyway, a white Christmas or a warm Christmas?
I mean,
White.
I think
Duh.
white
Love
because
a
we
white
always have a war.
but I ain't never seen such a thing.
Right.
So, you know how every once in a while you see like a Santa in like a bathing suit?
Yeah.
I randomly thought about this the other day. Like in Florida, that's just like normal Christmas decor.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
like in a tropical place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, my brain just like could not compute.
Aaron, Aaron,
What?
this is gonna really blow your mind. It's currently summertime in the whole southern hemisphere.
Yes, I know. But I don't think about that shit.
Right.
Okay.
You know what? You know what? You don't like eggnog. He don't like me. Travel for the holidays or stay in town. Stay
Oh, Lord.
in town.
Yes. Stay in town, but I don't know. As I get older, I kind of want to travel.
Big family gathering
doesn't
or
wanna be with
small
us.
family gathering?
She-
Well,
she's
no. No,
She's so
here's
tired of me. She didn't even let me answer that one.
I
here's
know.
the difference.
That
Here's
was
the
clear.
difference. Travel for the holidays to like a destination. Yeah, sure. Travel for the holidays to family's house to do Christmas stuff that you are gonna do otherwise at your house. No.
Oh yeah,
I hate
no. Agree. Yeah, no.
We used
Okay.
to do like 4.
Yeah. God bless you. Oof.
All right. Big family gathering or small family gathering? I like a big family gathering if it isn't on Christmas. I like a small family gathering on Christmas itself.
I agree with that. I like the big
Ah.
family gathering more when I was little and I was just get in the back seat and read on the way over there. I didn't have to do anything.
Yes. I like a big family gathering, but by big, I mean my immediate family. I don't want my second and third cousins at family Christmas.
Yeah. And a lot of
That makes
times,
sense.
so yeah, that's what my family was doing, and it's like, y'all, it is too hard for us all to try and get together, and they were trying to do it on Christmas night.
Yeah, like 30 or 40 people.
Yeah.
No.
At
Pick a
my mom's
parent,
house.
mom or dad, and go to that family's get all of that family together with their
Yeah.
kids, and that's what I like.
I like to do like, let's do a Christmas party. I'm so down, but let's do it a couple Saturdays before
I
Christmas
was
or something.
just thinking this today, how fun it would be for us to have a Christmas party one year. The problem is your kid has a birthday
Yeah.
at Christmas, so that has been difficult to do a separate
Well, not
gathering.
anymore.
Well, I know, but he'll still have something, I'm sure. But yeah, we should
Yeah,
do
he's gonna
something.
still have something, but, like, just with a couple of friends.
Right.
He's gonna get to choose to do something every year, for his birthday, but anyway.
Oh, talking about
Um
his birthday, before I forget, remind me when before we get off of the audio today, I have to talk to you about his birthday supper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Alright.
Anyway,
Let's see, where am I at? Giving presents or receiving presents?
given.
Yeah, I really like to that's my love language. I love to give
Receive.
presents.
This
Yeah.
Listen
makes me
up.
sound greedy that I say receive.
No,
Uh-huh.
that's all you do.
What the fuck?
I don't like to shop. I really don't like to shop.
Yes. Okay, so let me just say right now, right here in front of everyone, for
Go
the
for it.
world to hear that all the Christmas shopping that is done between the 3 of us is done by me.
That's
Like,
correct.
I tell Toby what to fucking buy for his people he buys for.
Yeah. Not just for her kids, but for the other kids in my life I have to buy for. And the non-kids.
Like, literally, I was on the phone with him the other day, and I sent him links of what to purchase for the however many kids he has to buy for.
Yep. Did it in one sitting, you guys. Get yourself an errand. It was
Yeah.
great. And look, I try to be
And
sneaky and like I won't
Lil
ask. I'll know in the back of my mind, dang, I need to get something for this person too, but I'm gonna ask her that later. And then a week will go by and I'll be like, dang, I really need to get something for blah blah blah. And then I hear her keyboard clicking around. Oh, what about this?
Oh. Well, you shouldn't have told me that shit. Lana
No.
just puts his name on everything.
Yeah.
No, you put my name on it.
Yeah, exactly. I put his he doesn't know how to do shit.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get some stolen valor here. Chill out. Like, I'm fully admitting that Aaron does all this
Yeah.
Christmas shopping and stuff like that, which is not to say, like, I did it before Aaron lived with me, but now that she's
For
here,
who?
for you and our
Yes, and you bought all
parents.
of this stuff for me while I was with you.
Yeah, well, I did do that a lot.
Like, I didn't even know it was for me.
Yeah, I bought at least half a dozen gifts for Aaron while I was with Aaron.
I
She
think
had
it
no
was the
idea.
first Christmas we were together, we went into Walmart, and you know how Walmart used to have those bears every year, those stuffed bears?
Valentine's Day.
No, this was Walmart. This was a Christmas bear.
It was a big red bear, and I bought you a little heart necklace, and I put it on the bear.
That was my Christmas present.
Okay, if you say so.
Anyway,
Anyway.
it was like, "I'm getting this for my mom," and I was like, "Oh, okay." I didn't know his mom to know that she would never. But anyway, so he was like, "Which one do you like the best?" And then he gave me that fucking bear.
Nice.
I still have it somewhere.
Do you really?
I do, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. It might have been in that box that I was fighting with that mouse in that night.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not doing that because we can't even answer. Have either of you been snow sledding or ice skating on actual ice
Yes.
ponds?
Yes to both.
No.
Yeah, I
Snow
haven't done either.
sledding in Tennessee, ice skating also in Tennessee.
I saw the ice skating rink in Central Park when I went to New York for Thanksgiving, but
Is that over actual, like, is it water or
I think so.
like frozen lake or something?
I don't know for
No,
sure.
mine wasn't on water.
Oh, yeah, that I think, well,
I've done that in Lafayette, actually, at the Hockeyplex.
yeah. I mean, we did it last year.
Yeah, y'all sure did.
I think the Hockeyplex is closed now, by the way.
Mm,
Anyway,
Again.
shop in person for gifts or order gifts from Amazon.
bitch, you already know.
Yeah, Amazon, but like slowly migrating to other sites now.
Yeah.
Well, this year, not so much because I waited too long, but
I
cook the
really
turkey or make the dressing. Make the dressing and eat it in a bowl and fucking let the turkey live.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
All right, let's move on to Did You Know because we're running out of time.
Okay.
Okay.
Who would like to go first?
Imma go first just in case somebody tries to steal mine.
She was worried about that earlier. That we were gonna have
Okay.
duplicates.
Yeah.
Okay. So eggnog
Mhm.
is rumored to have originated in medieval Britain.
Oh.
Oh shit.
What?
I don't like England, so this
Uh,
is gonna make me not like eggnog anymore.
There's no official confirmation on who invented eggnog. Most historians agree that eggnog originated in medieval Britain.
Okay.
Eggnog was an upper-class luxury since they were the only ones who had access to milk, sherry, and eggs required to create the original version.
Mhm.
Monks in the Middle Ages added figs and eggs and called the drink posset. I guess that's how you say it, while the wealthy kept with the simple recipe and used it for toast or big events. Research shows that eggnog most likely became associated with the holidays due to a lack of refrigeration. It became a drink for the more common man in America because of the larger farming opportunities and more access to cows and chickens.
You snooty eggnog liking motherfuckers.
Okay, but you
My
know what makes sense though? Like, you remember the medieval lunch we did in English class as a senior, Lyle?
vaguely.
Egg drop soup is actually like a medieval, like, Britain thing, I'm pretty sure,
That ain't no Chinese food?
Apparently not.
because
What a
that's what we
ripoff.
made.
Wow. Now I want some egg drop soup.
Yeah.
Well, mine's not about eggnog, and Toby already said he doesn't like eggnog, so I think you're safe actually.
Okay.
Perfect.
What's yours about, Lyle?
Mine is you are familiar with the song Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree.
Sure am. Peggy Lee.
Brenda Lee.
Brenda Lee. Yeah.
Brenda.
How you forget that?
Brenda! God
'Kay.
dang it, Brenda.
So, do you know when that song was recorded?
Ooh. Like the
1442.
year?
Yeah, a year.
Shit. I think that was probably like in the 60s, but I don't know.
What did you say, Aaron?
1442.
1958.
58. Okay. I went
Do
far
you know
off.
how old Brenda Lee was when she recorded Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree
Shit.
in 1958?
Based on my experience with Brenda's, I'm gonna say she's probably
75.
about 59.
She was 13.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god!
gosh! Back in the
And
day.
in
That voice
addition
does not sound like a 13-year-old.
I know. In addition, she was named oh god, where was this? Shit, I just had this. Okay, she was Billboard's top female artist of the 60s,
Mm.
and she was the number 4 with the most like hit singles behind only Elvis Presley, the Beatles, and Ray Charles.
Can't name another song she sings.
Yeah.
But Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree.
That's right.
Wow.
So,
Moral
yeah,
of that
I've
story
heard-
to an artist is don't make a Christmas album.
One of my friends brought up how young she was when she sang that the other day. I was like, dang, I never would have known. Never would have known.
I heard the NSYNC Merry Christmas song today. It
I
was
pulled it out
on.
the archives the other day.
Did you? Suzanne had her Sirius radio on Christmas station and it was playing. We were driving back from lunch.
We've been waiting all year for this night. And the snow is glistening on the trees outside, and all the stockings are hung by the
You're
fireside.
being that person in the TikTok video you sent me that sings every
Waiting
song.
for Santa to arrive.
She don't care.
Merry Christmas. Okay.
Happy
Did
holidays.
you guys know that the
Do
date
you hear what I hear?
Me trying to tell a goddamn did you know? Did you know the date of December 25th for Christmas was not
January 7th?
officially recognized until the 4th century
Oh,
AD?
yeah, 300 something AD.
Some scholars believe that the date was chosen
How's this
based
feel?
great was chosen based on calculating Jesus's conception on March 25th, making December 25th 9 months later, which would
Jesus's
be
conception.
his presumed birthday.
Okay.
So then the Roman Catholic Church chose that date. They also chose that date because it coincided with the pagan Roman festival, Saturnalia,
Mhm.
Mhm.
which was like a celebration of agriculture and renewal. And so by aligning this Christian Christmas with the pagan festival, they would more easily be able to convert pagans to Christianity.
Yeah, stole their trees too.
Stole it. Stole it.
Fun story, we do celebrate some pagan, festivals with a friend of ours.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't ourselves in our house, we just do, like, the normal shit that America does, but, um, we do Easter. We've done another one. Harvest one,
Mhm.
probably.
Mhm.
We've never done Christmas because obviously, I mean, Christmas is just insane. But anyway,
Everybody busy.
yeah,
Yep, yep.
it's cool. It's literally just basically Easter and Halloween. I mean, Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, top 5.
Top 5. Top
Did you
5.
also read, by the way, that Christmas used to be on January 6th or something before that?
No, I did not. Did
It
not
was
know that.
at that time that you said,
Uh-huh.
whenever they officially started, celebrating on the 25th, but I had read somewhere when I was looking for it, did you know that it was, like, on January 6th or 7th before then.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so our top 5 list this episode is top 5 favorite things about Christmas.
Let's be quick about this.
Okay, starting with number 5, I'll go first. The Christmas treats. I love all the baked goods and the goodies that come out at Christmas time. That's my number 5.
Kyle?
My number 5 is Christmas tree cakes.
Nice.
Holla!
Yeah. They're basically the same as a whole litany of other cakes that I've previously mentioned on this show, but nothing hits quite like them.
Sure don't.
I don't have mine in any particular order, but I guess I'll go from least, um, like, big thing, like, smallest thing to biggest thing. My mom's eggnog.
Mm-hmm.
'Kay.
Okay. My number 4 is seeing all the decorations and the lights. As a kid, we used to ride around. I didn't talk about this in traditions, but we used to ride around and look at Christmas lights, the different neighborhoods, and it was always fun. And I still
Yeah.
like it. I don't do it on my house, but I like looking at it.
Okay.
Kyle?
Oh, I'm up next. Immediately further. Some time off.
Yeah.
Whether it's actual time off work or my various offices just being really lax and or slow over the holiday season, it's nice to have some chill out time, especially when I get to spend it with the kids and family.
Nice. Yep. Yep.
Um, I'm gonna just go ahead and lump mine in with yours, Toby, looking at the Christmas decor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna lump in also that to include in my house, once it's decorated. I hate the process of decorating, but,
Hmm.
once it's decorated, it's nice to look at.
Yes. Yes. Agree.
But also,
Oh.
yeah, walk like, the doing the lights on the road and everything is fun.
Mm-hmm. Number 3, family and friends gathering. I do enjoy the gatherings that happen at Christmas time. I enjoyed them more when I was younger. As I'm older, I feel like I'm enjoying them less. I don't know why that is. Maybe that's just a funk, but I still like it. And I think it'd be fun if we had a Christmas party. I think
Okay.
it's a good idea.
We could pick names and shit.
Yeah, I love it.
That'd be fun.
Okay, Lyle, number 3.
Number 3 is spotting that one thing that will be really fun or funny for someone to open.
Mm,
So I, as Aaron pointed out, don't do a whole lot of the Christmas shopping anymore.
a whole
But
lot. Okay.
but um I used to do a good bit, and Aaron and I used to like get a bunch of gifts for each other or like set a price limit and pick out stuff, and it was really fun doing that shopping and finding stuff that. And every now and then, like this year, I found something. I'm like, "Ooh, this person's really gonna like this thing," so I got it for them.
Yeah. Speaking
Mm.
of which, are you guys going to record giving your kids their gift this year?
Probably someone will.
Yeah, make sure that happens. I'd like to see it
Um,
since I won't be there. Okay. Anyway.
Um, Mine is just like the act of giving gifts. I love
Mhm.
to do it.
Mhm.
I love giving people gifts and seeing a smile on their face.
Yeah.
And I love the process when I give myself enough time of thinking, okay, like, what do they need? What do they want? What could they use? What would they really like? Like, I try and meet all those expectations.
That agonizes me,
Yeah.
honestly. I don't find joy in that. If it's
You're
something
Marie
obvious,
Kondoing Christmas giving?
I am. If it's very obvious that somebody needs something, I'm great. I'm happy to get that for that person, knowing they're gonna like it. Or if they say something and I bookmark it in my brain, but to try to crunch my brain to think of something, or I hate that process. Anyway, all right, my number 2, time off work. Or even if I don't have a lot of time off, just the fact that things tend to slow down towards the end of the year as other people take vacation, and it's just nice. The break.
mm-hmm. True, dude.
That's it.
Number 2, traditions we've made. We
Hmm.
now have any of our parents that want to come, usually Aaron's and my mom's, spend Christmas Eve night over where we watch a Christmas movie and have dinner. Are we still doing the traditional Chinese feast for Christmas Eve?
No.
Then go to sleep so everyone is here when the kids wake up in the morning and start digging into their gifts from Santa and from all of us.
We're doing the
Fun.
breakfast for
Oh, for
dinner.
dinner.
Yeah.
What are we doing for breakfast?
Your mom always does that monkey bread.
Oh, so what are we doing for breakfast for dinner?
All kinds of stuff.
Okay.
Um, I have not made a menu.
Okay.
Probably like grits
Get
and
on it. You've only done Christmas shopping for 79 people, so I don't know why the menu's not done yet.
Not an exaggeration.
what Lyle said was probably my number 1. Just that little tradition that we made so that, you know, we need to invite his dad and his stepmom to come. We hadn't because she had stuff going on with her mother and, they would always do that, but her mom has passed away, RIP.
Mhm.
And so we probably need to invite them to see if they wanna go. I still think they come on Christmas Day,
Yeah, I don't
and
think they're
we
gonna spend
always have, like, a meal,
right. I don't think they're gonna spend the night because I
which we're
thought we
doing
had
gumbo,
invited them before. Yeah, I knew
by the
that.
way.
But anyway, yeah, we can. I mean, I don't see any reason not to.
So, I will instead of that, I'm gonna go with this because I should have said about this in the traditions, but I was so confused earlier. We used to go every year to Christmas Eve at my dad's parents' house.
Mhm.
And that was always fun, like, everyone was there. We would go to church and have the candlelight sermon or whatever it was,
Mhm.
then go to my grandparents' house and eat whatever. Then we'd do Christmas presents, and it was always, like, a late night. We were, like, stressing to get home so Santa wouldn't get there. It was just always so fun as kids to do that.
Yeah.
Um, but, like I'm glad that we don't do that anymore because we have our own kids, right? You know? I guess we're essentially doing that on a smaller scale and starting the next, generation of doing that, basically.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway.
Okay. Well, my number one is just seeing how excited the kids are, whatever kids are in my life, seeing how excited they get around Christmas time, and especially seeing them open gifts or get things that they really wanted or really like. It's fun.
Yeah, I enjoy seeing like, people complain about this, but I think it's so stupid. I literally so enjoy going through Facebook and seeing, like, when Santa has passed,
Yeah.
how Santa sets it up.
Yeah.
But, like, sometimes parents wake up in the middle of the night for water and they see it, so they take pictures.
Right.
My number one is the anticipation. Whether it's hoping for something for myself, mostly in the past, waiting to see what people think of the gifts I or we got them, or the excitement on the kids' faces. It's just fun to see people open their gifts. And the like when you know what they're about to open and you're like, "Ooh, I can't wait to see what they do when they see that."
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Um, my number one, every year Santa writes my kiddos a letter,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like that tradition, or I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
He, like, kind of, rewards them and praises them for the year that they had,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, things he expects that out of them for the next year.
I like it.
So, yeah, he we love his letters.
That's pretty
Um,
cool.
the kids love his letters, and even we got a letter last year.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It was like a letter like, they each got their own letters, and then we as a family got a letter,
Oh.
which I need to do because Santa is gonna be so mad at me if I don't put their initials on their little bags he left.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said that because we have 3 kids now instead of just 2, he can't carry all the gifts all at once. So he brought sacks, over
Oh,
to the house. He left their gifts in sacks last year and said to put them out every Christmas Eve and to have me put their initials on them.
that makes sense.
Yeah, so because, like, all of the stuff he does not have time for initials.
Right. That's just one more thing.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, tell me about it. Nice. Is that it? Did we go? Did everybody go?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, there you have it. 15 things to love about Christmas.
And 23 things, let's say, what is that? 46 hours here and about of loving us.
Well, that wraps up Immediate Chats for 2024.
Season
It
one.
has season one. It has been a year. It has been a fun year of
Sure has.
podcasting. And we have some good news and some bad news, you guys. The
Uh-oh.
good news is we are going to continue podcasting into 2025. The bad news is we're going to keep podcasting in 2025. So y'all got to keep listening to us. We've already talked about it. We're going to try to change it up a little bit next year just to, do something else, make it a little more interesting. But
Switch up the format.
yeah, maybe switch up the format, whatever. But more to come.
I told Lyle every other Monday we should record a podcast, and then the opposite Mondays we should play our games again.
Yeah, I saw that comment.
But what if we sort of do an extra little podcast while we're playing the game?
Ooh.
but just upload it to YouTube and let Lyle do that part. He hates it.
I could do that.
Maybe.
I
You
could
would
do.
see our faces, but
I'm just worried about the time commitment.
yeah, well, it doesn't have to be.
It would not be bad because, like, so for anyone who doesn't know, before we started the podcast, Aaron and Toby and I, like, we spent all of 2020 basically quarantined in COVID and communicating with each other with Marco Polo chats
Mhm.
and texts and stuff. And then, like, after 2020 was over, we were like, hey, we can play games together online. We should do that every week and just like get on and play a game together. And we did that for, I don't know, maybe 3 months.
Yeah, we did it for a little while.
And it was like, much like me, who decided that I was going to start streaming again after 2020, after I was back at work and like didn't do it the fucking 5 months I was home furloughed.
Right.
Like an
Right.
idiot. Like we should have done that in 2020. But anyway, we did that and it was fun. And I've thought about talking about bringing it back, but I'm like, well, we do the podcast and that's already like 3 hours of Toby's week. So
Yeah.
Also, to end this, I want to say, if you don't know who Tally the elf is, look him up.
Okay.
is he related to Rudolph's girlfriend,
No,
Do you remember her name? Already forgot. God
Brenda?
dang it. No.
Griselda,
Clarice.
Clarice.
Oh yeah, Clarice.
No, Tally the Elf is a
I remember
person.
Hermie though.
Oh, yeah.
Hermie.
Tally the elf is an elf I fell in love with at Disney, but you have to be
Oh.
in the you have to go to the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party to see him. But he's
Oh.
in the parade and he's the lead elf and he walks up to people and he has this accent like that.
Oh.
And he says, "What's your name?" And he always repeats it. He's like, "Bob." Well, let me see here, Bob. And he looks at his list and then he goes, "Naughty." And he's like, "Get it together, Bob. You got some time." And he runs off to do his thing. I don't know why I love those videos so much, but yeah, it's been great.
Sounds
Yeah,
pretty great.
Aaron's been showing those to me. They're pretty funny. And so every now and then he's like, "What's your name?" Ashley. Nice. Good job, Ashley. And then he walks away.
Yeah, he said one of my there was an Ashley video and he's like, "Ashley, Ashley." And then like there's some bears hopping around too, and he's like, "Okay, Mrs. Bear, we're looking for Ashley." And he's scrolling down and he's listening. He's like, "Naughty." And he goes, "Ashley, Ashley, we were rooting for you, Ashley." And there's another little elf that pops up and he's like, "I knew it."
There's a hoodie with Tally the Elf on it, and then underneath it says in big capital letters NAWDY exclamation point. Naughty.
Naughty.
That's funny.
Yeah, my favorite one. He always like when they tell him his name, he always repeats it the way they said it. So
Mm.
he's like, "What's your name?" And he goes, "Jason." So he was like, "Okay, Jason. Jason, that's a good name. Well, it's a naughty name."
That's pretty funny.
Pretty much all the adults are naughty and all the children are nice. And every once in a while he'll switch that up on an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's close this episode out. Thank you guys for listening to this episode and to all the episodes that you have listened to so far.
If you've made it this far, what is wrong with you?
That's right.
Thank you for your continued patronage and attention. We appreciate you. And if you get behind on you have a long road trip, don't listen to them all in a row. Break it up.
Yeah, that's right. I look forward to 2035 listening back to this Christmas episode.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
won't do it.
It's going to be fun.
I'm gonna turn it on and I'm gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Remember we were friends with that guy? Wow.
No, I just mean all of us. I'm gonna
Okay.
be decorating cookies still.
Probably so. Should be in her third carpal tunnel.
Yeah.
Just still icing, flooding cookies.
For real.
All right. Thanks for listening. See you guys next year. Goodbye.
Bye, Craig.
Fare thee well,
Merry
friends
Christmas,
and
Craig.
fans.
Oh, we should sing.
Okay, what we
We
gonna wish
wish
you
you
a
a
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
We
Wish
wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Unless you work for an insurance company,
The
then not you.
end.
Okay, bye.
Bye.